I said I wrote a comment that they look like good swords. Remember this?
No, I
I
don't
said
know.
they look like good swords, right? And then you said, "LOL." They're tribeswomen doing down the Sadhus. You remember that? I thought that was very funny when you said that. I thought that was very funny. You're taking pictures. Oh, you're taking videos of me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So how do you like Bombay?
This is too long because the airport was so fancy. It's like two completely different places. I mean, Bandra and the airport are just like it's nuts. I mean, it's like two. Like that airport is fancier than the airport that I left in New York.
2008.
That's way nice. That's way fancier than the airport at JFK. That's crazy. It's like I told you when I got off the plane, I thought well, between the time I was here last time and now, I thought they outlawed poverty. The government made poverty illegal.
What about Baroda? What do you expect out of Baroda?
You know, I have expectations of myself.
Okay.
As far as what I expect out of Baroda, I think that a couple of the people that I met on Facebook are really. I'm hoping they'd be kind enough to share their advice with me, and because I know that they really two people really understand me. So, but beyond that, I don't know what to expect. But I expect myself to be up to to be up to the challenge. Yes. Somebody asked me that. A friend on Flickr was asking me what are my expectations, just in general. But honestly, like I think about it.
Alex, how did you and I meet?
I worry about it.
Alex.
We met on Flickr.
Yeah, but how did we meet?
What do you mean?
No, how did it happen?
You mean this?
Yeah.
This?
No. At Flickr, the first time, you and I.
The first time I saw your pictures, I ultimately made you first. The first time I saw your pictures, but it's like I thought you were like out of control, or like you posted those things, and I didn't get the idea. So I just didn't understand. So you were my contact for a little while,
Yeah.
and then I decontacted you. And then I thought, like, I don't know, I saw another picture someplace. I like, I'm going to give this guy another chance. And then, then it was like gradually I got the picture.
And through you, I added Mel. I added Serene.
Right. That's how.
And today she means a lot to me. She and Alex, the other Alex. I mean, I have two Alex. One is you and one is the other guy. And they both have been commenting on my picture. They've been encouraging me. They're very fond of my grandchildren. So
Well, that's how. That's the way. That's what's good about Flickr, because you see somebody their work's really interesting, and then you go to their favorites. I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
That's what I do. If somebody's like really has ability, a really interesting person, for whatever reason, and you go to their favorites. And a lot of the times they have really interesting favorites. I just go through, and somebody posts something more that's interesting enough. I say, oh, this is a contact. And I don't give a rat's ass where they make me a contact. I don't care. They do something. The only thing I care about is don't bore me, don't annoy me. As long as you don't do that, I don't care whether you make me a contact. I just don't care.
Okay, tell me one more thing. Do you miss New York?
Me? No. The place I'm leaving now, it was really great. It was a great place, but I went. I was looking for something in the area that I work. All right, and for a couple of years I was looking in the early mornings for it, and I failed to find it. And then I did find it after 2 years, a little more. And after I found what I was looking for, the way I was living there in New York no longer was helping my work, and the way I lived there in Brooklyn was killing my life. And I realized I found this thing. Once I found this thing, I knew that it's time to move on. Even though the place that I lived in Greenpoint is so beautiful, it's such a great, not fancy, not beautiful in a fancy sense, but beautiful in a lot of different ways. And it was great, It was the first place I had friends. I didn't have any friends before I moved there, and so I discovered a lot there. But it's just Mumbai is always changing, and so Mumbai is always changing, and New York's always changing too. But sometimes the cities they change in ways that go on changing year after year, and you're fine with however it changes. But then one change comes along, and it's just
Another thing I want to tell you, your work. I'm talking about your work. Your work, only few people will understand it. People with a lot of depth. Your work is very mystical. I don't know. What you do is, I feel. I'm not an artist. I'm not a painter, but I am a poet. I am a photographer. When I see your work, you have so many elements. You don't have one element. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. What I'm trying to tell you. You squeeze in so much, and then you have to find out of all those. You put a jigsaw puzzle, and you throw it in such a way that we have to fix it and make it.
You know who Jan van Eyck was? Just bear with me for 1 minute. Jan van Eyck, he was Dutch, but very detailed in the 1400, around the year 1400, very detailed, like a great painter. Okay, like in northern countries, they used to make, right before the Renaissance, they used to make very detailed paintings. It was all landscape, very detailed. And a question, why? Why did they do that? Why were the paintings so detailed and deep? And there's a reason why they were like that. And it has nothing to do with being a slave to reality. It's not being a slave to reality. It's because they were painting these miracles, these religious miracles. And the idea is like, how in algebra, you multiply, one has a numerator and the other has a denominator, and they cancel against you. Just the same way, those paintings of reality were meant to. You look at reality just in this room; it's also very deep. So they wanted to make the reality in the painting just as deep as the reality outside the painting. Then the two realities cancel out, and what's left? It's just the miracle. That's all that's left. It's just the miracle after the two cases. So it's not exactly what I'm doing, but it's sort of why I would want. It sort of gives some idea of why I would want to be so thorough. That's how I think about it. I don't think about it as being mystical.
No, I think
of
your thing is very deep.
That's cool. You want to say that? That's fine. But I'm just talking for myself. That I look at it as doing a good job, doing a complete job, and so if I do that, then it's this kind of cancellation is in play, and I can get it at new things. I can isolate new things if I do something really completely. I can because like let's say you try to predict the future. Forget about art. Let's say you try to predict the future. You get into terrible at predicting the future, but in a way, it's a very interesting thing to do because it kind of isolates out the wayward quality of reality. Just the fact that your attempt to predict the future is not the whole story. It's also it just highlights the waywardness, and it's sort of arbitrary. So, I'm I'm interested in what I do, and I like to contribute something new. So I just do it thoroughly. Yes.
But you work very hard on it.
Well,
You don't give up.
well, yeah, like apparently not. I mean, I think about giving up, but I decide not to.
I've seen about you. You're very persistent.
No, I mean, yeah, because you know the new things. Some people behave like the new things are just to hand. They're just around us, and in a way, you know, in life that's often true. The new things are just behind your back. They're just within reach of your hand. But in art, great and deep people have worked in this field, and in doing that, they've found the things near at hand, and the new things. There's still new things. There's still great things, but they're farther away. But they're just farther away because of the ability that the people who worked in this field before us, because of that, because they, you know, if you want to build on it, that means finding the things farther away. And so,
Could I say something to you?
of course,
You won't get offended.
no,
I think sometimes you have a streak in you that likes to terrorize people through your art who are ignorant. People who are pompous. I think there are some things about your thing you could bully people. I'm not talking in a negative sense. What I'm saying is that there are painters and painters and painters. There are artists, a lot of artists. But your thing is something that there is simplicity in your art, but there is so much of depth in your art that you instigate the person's mind. You try to make him think about. I don't know. I used to see your work and try to understand it.
No, I do understand what you're saying. I think that what's the point of art? To me, like the point, like what's the point of say the Sistine Chapel ceiling? What's the point? It's not like why couldn't instead of painting Sistine Chapel ceiling, why couldn't Michelangelo become a juggler and juggle like chainsaws or 16 oranges at once? What's the difference between that and the Sistine Chapel ceiling? But really, to me, it really, in a deeper way, art shows people what they can do, not what the artist can do. And so, in one way, I feel at fault for terrorizing people. And on Flickr, I hope that, I could find a way to have a better relationship with people, not a more positive, more symbiotic kind of relationship, and not be some kind of a bully or anything like that. I'd rather have a constructive. I really want to have a much more constructive.
But I'll tell you one last thing, one more thing. I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're running out of.
No, there's another thing.
Phone.
No, there's another thing I want to tell you. There are times, believe me, even with my command over my words or whatever you call it, the few words that I have at my disposal, at times I don't know how to answer a comment to your pictures. Your pictures are such that I'm short of words, I promise you. There are times I just put awesome, I put great. I want to say a lot, but then I'm scared. Will I be putting the right words, or will my words, you know what I'm trying to tell you?
I know, but now you met me here, and you seem like sometimes like just an ordinary person, really. So there's no need to be frightened of me, for sure.
Anyway, thanks a lot for everything.
You could say anything, but that doesn't mean. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes I could get annoyed. That's just me being annoyed. That's not. There's nothing to be afraid of. So I'm annoyed. So what? But
anyway, I wish you the best. And I have shot a very long video.
Let me say something about Firoze Shakir now that I'm on film here. Firoze Shakir is like Firoze Shakir's reality goes beyond. I might seem a bit outre there on Flickr, but his reality is actually much farther out than you think. You think his reality is far out, but his reality is actually much more far out.
Amazing.
but it's also his reality is actually much more beautiful than it would ever seem on Facebook. His reality is an amazingly beautiful reality.
We're meeting for the first time.
Yes.
We're meeting, and it seems to me you're sitting at my house. I think I know you for many years now. And
Oh,
this
yes.
this happens through the pictures that you have uploaded of your art, your artworks, and the pictures I have. I mean, they have found a common, a common much before we met.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah, no, no,
It's
much
different.
before we met, a bond was built. We had already met in the mind. Cosmically, we had met on Flickr,
You think- on
and
Twitter.
now and physically we meet now.
Oh, I see. Yes, right, right. I mean, absolutely.
And
I knew. I never met you at like a now I'm really happy I did. But you invited me.
Yeah, of
to
course
help
I
to
did.
it. And I thought, I gotta try to do that. I gotta do that. So, but I didn't know. I said like, oh, that's the thing. I gotta take a shot. I gotta do that. But I didn't know it's gonna be this amazing. It's like a Bontra's. Oh my God. It's much subtler. And also, I told Firoze, are you out of something or other? Are you out of battery? Are you out of battery?